All right, Shalom. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of Rule and Teach Well. Peace of salutation to the elect 144 First Fruit. This is your brother Kashkwala from the GMS Atlanta Church. Back at you with another lesson. Okay. And I'm titling this lesson Consistency, Humility, and Effectiveness. Consistency, humility, and effectiveness. And this is going to be part one. I did want to do this in all parts, but I don't know. The spirit's on me to just do part 1, 2, and 3 of this same title. And obviously with me doing that, I'm gonna give you my insight on each word. As a matter of fact, let's just get the word consistency.
Consistency.
All right, simple Google search of it. Conformity in the application of something. Typically that which is necessary for the sake of logic, accuracy, or fairness. So technically consistency is righteousness. Okay? So are you consistent? Are you humble? And how effective are you in this truth? So today we're going to deal with consistent. How consistent are you in this truth? How conformed to this truth are you? You see what I'm saying? Have you centered everything? Have you made Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai your center of everything? Or do you have this truth revolving around everything else? You see what I'm saying? It's not your center of attention. How consistent are you with that? It says typically that which is necessary for the sake of logic. Right. The truth is truth. It just makes sense. It's logic. Okay? How conformed are you in the sake of logic? And it says accuracy or fairness. So accuracy and fairness is or especially fairness, it was judgment. How do you get to something to be fair? It has to go through a judgment process first. And then ultimately the decision comes down to the most unbiased judgment, which is simply righteousness. Okay? It says the achievement of a level of performance that does not vary greatly in quality over time. It says the way in which a substance, typically a liquid, holds together, thickness or viscosity. So are you holding together? Because it takes a consistent effort each and every single day to hold yourself up. So with that being said, I'm going to get one of the most consistent scripts that we pull out, and one of the most consistent scripts as in describing it as an adjective. This is the epitome of consistency. Hebrews 13:8. Yahushua HaMashiach, the same yesterday and today and forever. You can't get any more consistent than that. Okay? And it's not saying that he's a stagnant individual, as of course if you read about him in the Gospels, everything, he was on fire. Now, the scriptures in Revelation, matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and bring it out because I know Apostle Tahar loves to bring this out. Will have you either hot or cold, and not lukewarm. And just Revelation 3:16. It says, "So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth." I just read the epitome of consistency in Hebrews 13:8. And then why do we need to read this? Because we're in the flesh, and consistency is something that people struggle with. And the Lord knows that. He would rather us be consistent with being cold or consistent with being hot. because he doesn't deal with gray areas. Because gray areas doesn't bring in fairness, as we read in the definition of consistency. So it's like you need to be one or the other so you can get judged this way or that way. Okay? Simple. It says, and so then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. Okay? Who wants a hot water on a 90-degree day? You can ask 10 people that question, you're going to get a consistent answer off of judgment, and it's going to be a fair answer. You want a nice cold beverage. Okay? So be consistent with what it is. Yahweh Shai was consistently hot and fiery in the spirit. So be that the same today, yesterday, and the Lord willing, the days to come. Okay? That is one of the most consistent scripts ever. This is Hebrew. This is Hebrew chapter 10, and I'm going to start at verse 23. It says, let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering. So wavering, let's get that word real quick.
Strong's G 186, aklinase. Aklinase.
All right, so this is actually the whole without wavering. I just want wavering. So let's go to James 1:6.
Strong's G 1252, diakrino. Diakrino.
All right. It says to separate, make a distinction. I cannot read. Discriminate or prefer. It says withdraw from one. So those who are wavering withdraw themselves from being righteous, which is ultimately whenever you see a brother start lacking in work, lacking with coming around, shit like that, it's because that brother has a spirit of wavering on him. Okay? And these are little telltale signs that you can point out when you can see a brother wavering. Okay? Or shit, even see yourself wavering. And the scriptures say pulling out the fire, even hating the garment spotted with flesh. You could catch yourself and pull yourself out the fire. If you know what you're supposed to do, but yet you're wavering, okay, and you're distancing yourself, or you're withdrawing yourself from what it really is, which is your power, then you should know. It says to separate oneself in a hostile spirit, to oppose, strive with, dispute, contend. The scriptures tell us not to strife, meaning fight. You're supposed to go with the current, like it tells you in Ecclesiasticus. All right? Force not the course of the river. Okay? When you see your brother withdrawing himself, it's because his consistency is off. All right? Don't want to be around. Always got something, quote unquote, better to do. Don't pull up on bros. Guests come in. Not to, around the way, you could say. Shit, and I'm guilty of it too. I'll keep it a buck. But when you start seeing consistent behaviors as is, where you're seeing it in all fashions, because a brother may be just, damn man, I'm just kind of slacking on my lessons, but the brother is hospitable, hella charity, brotherly, pulls up all the time. You just be like, hey, maybe kind of like balanced all those other good attributes that you have to give yourself time to do lessons. Or it may be the other way around. A brother is a very homebody type individual and is spewing out 2 lessons a day type thing. You know what I'm saying? But he's not around that much. It's like, okay, you can still see that spirit on him. Or you know, it's just something he made it to work on. But when you see an individual, videos are lacking. He ain't showing face, ain't active in group chats. You know what I'm saying? Sucks at communication, just lacking in all. It's because he's not consistent. And when you're not consistent, you're not being righteous. You're not being fair. You're not being fair to the ones around you. You're not being fair to yourself. And especially you're not being fair to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, who woke your ass up this morning and gave you a strong benefit. You know? Okay? So let's go back. It says, let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering. So what the holding fast on your faith without separating from it or distancing yourself or leaving in a hostile manner or contending against the spirit or your faith. Okay? We're contenders of the faith, not against it. Okay? It says, let us hold fast. So if you're holding something fast, you're consistently, trying to do the same thing or gain in the profession each and every single day. This is another form of a consistent script. It says, for he is faithful that promised. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. He wants to see the consistency and the righteousness that's within you. How consistent are you in this truth? Verse 24 says, and let us consider one another to provoke unto love. Exactly. Consideration is a big thing. If you're not considering one another, then that means you really don't care. And you're really not going to spot out the inconsistencies of the camp. And you're not exercising your office to your fullest extent, whatever position you may be in that the Spirit put you in. It says to perceive, remark, observe. Okay? That is considering. Considering is technically watching. Okay? Real talk it is. But with a gentle mind frame, you could say. All right? Damn, man, I consider what that brother. I think about that brother. Oh, let me call him. Damn, man, that brother just said he was going to do this and that and the third. All right, let me see what I can do. That's considering situations, considering what bros are going through, and just considering in general having to care for a brother. All right? Simple. It says fix your eyes or mind upon. Right. So it says, let us consider one another. And you can link this script up with Philippians, the 2nd chapter. Start at the top of that chapter. And it says to provoke unto love and to good works. Yes, you're supposed to consider one another. You're supposed to consider one another's consistency. Okay? And that will show your consistency in your faith. It says not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. There should be a consistent gathering. You shouldn't go. There's times, don't get me wrong, where you only see bros on the weekend. But just like the word consider, it says to fix your eyes on or your mind upon. You don't have to physically go see a bro, but you shouldn't go the whole week without not talking to one brother, or at least watching one brother's video. That shouldn't happen. You see, it says as a manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much more as you see the day approaching. Right. So you have to consistently consider one another and be consistently, occupied in this faith, man. So I'm going to stop part 1 here. That's consistent. Okay. So I'm going to name the lesson consistency, effectiveness, and humility. Okay. And this is part 1. And whatever spirit the Lord puts on me to do out of the other 2, I'll do the next one at a later time, Lord willing. Lord willing, this is edifying and exhorting. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone to rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. To the next time, I want to say shalom, and like always, repent for Yahushai is coming back sooner than what me and you believe. Shalom.